Greetings, weary traveler. Come, warm yourself by the fire and let us regale you with mighty tales, tales of adventure, tales of heroism, Tales of Tamriel. I am your host, Aggelos, and I am back again here with Arkhaniir. How are you, buddy?
Well, I'm doing great despite the fact that I have not slept again.
I noticed.
But at least I'm awake.
I noticed you were like, I'm just gonna stay up the entire night. I was like, oh, that's probably not a good idea.
I didn't want to risk sleeping after last week, where I just couldn't wake up.
Well,
and we had to skip a show.
Well, yeah, but in defense of that, I wasn't in a position where I could do a show either, so it's fair at that point.
But I could still, run the show instead if I was awake. So yeah, there's that.
You could have.
I'm just glad we are doing this an hour early because of your daylight savings.
Yeah, except for when we first jumped onto the stream, because I was streaming earlier so I could stay awake. I was like, oh yeah, it's in 2 hours, and you about died inside a little bit, I think.
Yeah, because this entire not sleeping plan was built upon the fact that the show would be at around 6 a.m. And when you said it would be around 7 a.m., I was like, well, I won't be able to stay awake until then. So, yeah, daylight savings. So the rest of the world should catch up with us and get rid of it.
I'm sort of okay with that, because I'll tell you what, it's just been a pain. Like, these past few weeks, I know I haven't been streaming that much. It's because I've been falling asleep at like 8 o'clock. And I've been falling asleep at like 8 o'clock. I'm like, I'm just too tired. I'm going to bed. So I haven't been doing a whole lot outside of, well, I shouldn't say that. I've been doing a lot, but it's been at 5 a.m. when I wake up and go, wow, I am wide awake at 5 a.m. and I don't even have to leave for work for 2 hours. So what should I do now? So, yeah, that's the thing. Ritz. I really should do Ritz. I have a ton in my bag. Anyway, thank you so much for coming out to twitch.tv/Dungeon Crawler Network, where we stream this live every single Friday night, somewhere between 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern time. I don't really know at this point. Yeah.
We should decide what we are going to do moving forward.
Well, I mean, with daylight savings, we can. Well, we'll have to talk with our other two co-hosts.
After the I didn't mean right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could, because this is Tales Classic. You're getting the original feed at this point. You got Ark and me, so we should we should make all the decisions. No, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with times. It'll be Friday night, either gonna be 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. We'll figure that part out. We'll just let Ark know ahead of time next time, so he'll be more prepared. But with that being said, before we start on the show, I got to give a shout out once again to all of our awesome patrons over at patreon.com/Dungeon Crawler Network, because those are the people who go out there. They support us each and every month. The same people do that via Twitch as well. And you allow us to continue to produce shows each and every week. And we really thank you for that. And, of course, anyone who does subscribe to us via Twitch and our patron gets access to all of our shows at least 24 hours before everyone else does. It's actually always fun to sit and listen to our patron and Twitch supporters talk about shows before everyone else gets them, because that's always funny. Yeah, because everyone else is like, did I miss something? Is there a show that I didn't get? Now they're starting to catch on, so... But, yeah, no, fun times. All right, thank you guys so much for that. And, of course, you can leave us a 5-star review on iTunes so people know that we are a real podcast, that we say real words, and sometimes it matters. We actually did get a new one, but my phone died, and it's sitting upstairs, so I'm going to have to read it next week. But I did see it, so the person who left that, please note, I'm not going to forget about you. I did see it. I just don't have my phone here to read it off. So... let's go ahead and just jump right on into what we've been doing. Ark, why don't you go ahead and go first?
All right, so this is from all over the place, but it exists. I have tales. Lately, one Saturday, I was not feeling like playing Elder Scrolls Online, but I was still feeling like playing an Elder Scrolls game. So I ended up launching Skyrim once again. Now, initially, it didn't have any mods, and everybody complained about it, so I spent a day modding it back. So now I have a bunch of visual mods, plus some combat mods, dragon combat overhauls, AI mods, things like that, immersion, survival stuff, all the good stuff. So I start playing.
Are you using Frostfall?
Yes, Frostfall with realistic needs and diseases.
Oh, gotcha.
Plus Campfire and Cloaks of Skyrim, immersive armors, things like that.
Okay.
The list goes on for a bit. It's a stable build, and I'm not trying to overdo it, so I'm keeping it around 20, 30 mods at this point, I believe. And they've been working nicely, so I'm not touching it for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, all those mods, especially the realistic needs and diseases and Frostfall, adds a whole different aspect to the game where you actually get hungry, tired, cold, thirsty, which you can die from. And until you do that you don't realize water is actually not easy to come by in Skyrim, especially if you are somewhere south of Riften. It's like full-on forest without any water source, which I almost died from, actually.
You mean north of Riften? Because south of Riften is Cyrodiilic border.
I mean, I'm just talking in terms of Skyrim playable areas. But north of Riften is actually, north of Riften is pretty non-watery as well, except some weird stuff that I do not know what they are, but like hot springs kind of thing.
Yeah, but they're probably sulfur pools. You can't drink those.
Yeah, you can't drink from them. Anyway, so this is an old save. I loaded an old save, which I'm about 28 levels, and I was in the middle of the Downguard questline. So I decided to continue that, and I want to... Actually, no, before that. So I decided to continue that. I'm in Whiterun, and I have to go to, what's it called? The Downguard Fort. Now, because I'm streaming this and because I use realistic needs and diseases and Frostfall, things like that, I decided, okay, you know what? This will be an exploration thing. Because all the times I've played Skyrim, I got impatient and I used fast travels. So there's still so much I did not explore. So I said, okay, this time I'm going on foot and properly exploring. So I'm going into caves, finding things that I haven't found in 7 years. Actually, happy birthday to Skyrim as well, just a week ago. It was the Skyrim anniversary.
Yes, it was.
Now, the first thing I encounter going from Whiterun to Downguard Fort is that bridge looking like towers and bridges where they try to rip you off for, bridge passing toll, whatever, the bandit hideouts. I forgot the name, but 2 towers, large bridge, high above the ground, that thing. So of course I decide to kill everyone, which I do without much problem, using my shouts and everything like that. And then I move on forward, and I see the giant camp, and I think, okay, you know what? I'm level 28. Let's give these giants a payback from when I was level 1 and first playing the game. I go in there. I die instantly. Apparently, giants don't care what level you are, and they still send you flying to the skies. So I go back to the save right before that bandit hideout. I go in there. I kill everyone. This bandit chief comes up, smacks me in the face, and I'm dead. I'm like, okay, this is a setback. It can happen. It can happen. I'm playing on Master, by the way. Not Legendary, but Master.
Aw, noob.
Yeah, listen to me.
All right.
So I go back right before the hideout. I go in there, kill everybody. Bandit Chiefs comes up. I smack him. He loses like 10% health. And then he turns around, smacks me. I lose 50%. I try to stagger him. He doesn't care. Smacks me. I'm dead again. I'm like, okay, this is sort of embarrassing, but it can happen. It can happen. This is Skyrim. It's Master. Things don't always work out unless you are a stealth archer. And I'm playing a heavy armor two-hander, so no blocking properly and no stealthing. I go back.
This is when you make a sexplar?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, and it doesn't work, as you will understand.
You're obviously not doing it right. Then that's the problem.
Nah, I don't know. I feel like I did everything right.
Oh, if you died, you didn't.
So I go back for the third time. Bandit Chief now has daggers, and he speedily stabs me a couple times. I'm dead. I'm like, okay, it's time to use the shouts. I gotta use the shouts. I go in there with become ethereal because I think, like, okay, if I can become ethereal, take no damage in that frame, maybe I can kill him. The Bandit Chief now has a bow. Shoots me in the face. I'm dead. Around 9 times of this, 9 times, I get killed by the same Bandit Chief in variations. So sometimes he's using a sword, sometimes he's dual wielding, sometimes he has an axe, sometimes he has daggers. All kinds of weapons Skyrim offer, and all kinds of way a Bandit Chief can kill you. I died in that spot 9 times. Until which I used Dragon Aspect, which summons, you know, that fellow dragon soul kind of thing that also can use Fusroda and throws people all around. So that's how I managed to finally kill him after 9 times of dying to a Bandit Chief. And all this happened on stream. Me dying to a Bandit Chief. Now, so that was a bit of embarrassing, you know. But we moved on. We acted like it never happened. Everybody agreed to this, right? Everyone was, I'm sure they agreed.
I don't know. Isha just said she had a fun time watching you just die over and over again. So
yeah. So I finally managed to kill him, and I moved on. I went to Dawnguard. Did all of the quest things, and then went to get Serena. All right. Now,
is this where I popped into stream? Because I feel like I've seen you when you were with her at one point.
Well, the rest of all of the streams after that point was with Serena, and me being angry at Serena because, oh my god, I hate Serena. She's like annoying and dumb, repeats all the same things over and over again, kills people she is not supposed to kill, gets me into fights that I'm not supposed to be involved in, doesn't go away even if I Fusroda her off the god knows where. She just comes back. She makes all these annoying comments about everything. Things like, oh, maybe you can't handle it or something like that. Like, lady, I am a Dragonborn. Okay, I fought Alduin. I can handle your creepy father. I mean, he may be a vampire lord, but he is just a vampire lord. I fought like dragons, Alduin himself, you know, Mirak, all kinds of legendary stuff. Lord Harkon should not be a problem. But she acts like, oh, but yeah, he's dangerous. He can kill. Like, no. Well, and of course, she's a vampire as well, which is annoying. I hate vampires in Elder Scrolls. So that annoys me as well.
I was going to say, to be fair, I mean, yeah, she may say a lot of annoying things, but I mean, is she really any better than Lydia and I'm sworn to carry your burdens? Because I swear that's all she says.
Oh, I hate Lydia as well. Lydia might be dead in the save. I'm not sure. She's either dead or she's just hanging out in one of the houses as Housecarl, or maybe she's in the Dragon's... Oh, wow. I forgot the name of the Whiterun Keep. The Dragonhold?
Dragon's Reach.
Dragon's Reach, yes. Yeah. So she might be hanging out there. I don't know. I hate Lydia as well. Actually, I don't use any companions. That's the thing. But you cannot, like, Serena just tags along because it's the quest. So she has to be there. And then we go into Soul Cairn. Now, here is what becomes a huge problem. Soul Cairn doesn't have any food, any water source. No humanly nutritions there. So because of realistic needs and diseases, and since I refuse to become a vampire as well, half my soul is trapped in a soul gem too. So I'm weak because of that. I am weak because I'm very tired from the mods. I am weak because I'm thirsty. Well, I wasn't thirsty, I had water. But I'm hungry as well. So I'm not regenerating any stamina, not regenerating any health. Everything is reduced by 45 points. And I'm basically slowed for 30% as well. So this becomes a torture, with Serena making comments all around. And then you meet her mom, who is extra annoying. And then they have this mother and daughter moment where they're like, oh, but I didn't know you suffered like this. Oh, but I didn't know you wanted this. And they all act all nice, like they are very good people. They were devout followers of Moloch Baal. They were cultists. They chose to be a vampire. And I'm like, don't act all fuzzy and good. You were Daedric cultists. God knows what you have done, both as vampires and cultists. Don't act like this. So I try to kill them. Obviously, it doesn't work because of the quest things. But I finally got out of Solcairn, and I think that's where I left Skyrim. But it was a blast. Overall, with all the mods and with the survival stuff, Skyrim is a different experience. And it was actually very, very pleasant going back to it. Because of the scenery, because of the things I find. It's a nostalgic, yet still absolutely amazing experience. So I recommend everyone, at least once a year, go back to Skyrim and do stuff in Skyrim.
Well, if you follow Todd Howard's wish, you'll go back on different platforms each and every time.
There's actually an amazing song. When Nintendo came on Switch, I don't remember the artist, but if you put on YouTube, search for Skyrim's Back Again, there's an amazing song with the chorus being Skyrim's back for the first time again. So I really love that song. It's actually a great one. But yeah, the problem was during all this time, Galliskner was bugging me about not playing ESO, which he always does. Even when I play ESO, Galliskner is angry that I'm not playing ESO. So during the Skyrim streams took about a couple of weeks. And after a while, I finally gave in because with Ophelia Noir, who we were talking about in the pre-show, she's a streamer as well, and she's the leader. Yeah. Oh my god. even here, there is no escape.
Yeah.
See, this is how they are taking over the world, one person at a time, and it feels like I'm the only one seeing this, and I'm the only one resisting it. But I'm not going to bring the whole Beep Boop lore into here. If you follow Ophelia Noir and join her Discord, you can find all my lore writings in there. I write a bunch of things. She's also the leader of the Drunkenborn's Guild on ESO. And we do a bunch of challenge stuff, pretty much like Lotus, just not as frequent. And they decided to do... I don't have any part in this. They just decided and they said, you are tanking. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess. I mean, I really don't get a choice when it comes to Drunkenborns. Doing Veteran Black Rose Prison without a healer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah. Terrible.
Oh.
Wow. It was... Like, we did it in normal first so we could see it. And this is the first time I'm running it, along with, I think, except... Nika, who is Ophelia Noir, who they ran it on TwitchCon, I think, with Ninja, Tech and Junk, and Kevdut. So they were, I think it was Kevdut. And so she only ran it there, and the rest of us never been there. So we ran it on normal first, obviously 3 DPS, all of them putting around 40 to 60k DPS. Things die instantly. And then we move on to Veteran. First arena is fine. Everything goes... I mean, we die every now and then, but like people res each other, and we continue. We actually finish it. Second arena final boss. Oh my god. tames the beasts. This is an Argonian, a ranged bow-wielding Argonian, who summons the previous bosses to aid her, along with a spider, a cliff racer, and netches, bull netches, that are just randomly traveling around the arena and killing you. Now, what these netches do, they every now and then drop that netch poison under them, which is unpurgeable and never goes away. So it keeps stacking on. Every time you get it, it stacks, and it stays there until the boss is dead. And if you, by any chance, by any mistake, damage the netch, it throws back a shock bolt to you, which deals 10k damage to me as a tank. I don't know how much damage it deals to the DPS. Every light attack the boss does, apply a bleeding. There's a spider that is summoned, which throws poison on you, and poison damage over time as well. And then the boss also throws these roots at you, which immobilizes you and deals damage, plus damage over time. So there's a bunch of other damage-dealing things that I do not remember. So, as you can imagine, there is constantly insane damage going on, and I just can't tank it. Now, my build is not optimal. I'm running like Ebon Armory with Warrior.
So, yeah.
Shut up. I was running Ebon Armory with Warrior Poet, which is not ideal. I mean, Plague Doctor is much better. I tried like Warrior Ebon Armory with Battalion Defender, Warrior Poet with Battalion Defender, all kinds of various things. And it just doesn't work because there's just too much damage. And I was getting blamed, to be honest. I'll be honest, if they are listening. I was getting blamed as the tank, but I watched the WOD back, the recorded version back, frame by frame, and you guys have to blame as well, because that spider doesn't die instantly. And I saw you all die every now and then before me, which got me killed, so I cannot take all the blame. But seriously, there's so much going on in that fight. You just can't keep up with it. It's like you run away from one thing, you get hit by the other. And at one point, as I said, I was trying to improve. So I was watching the recorded version back frame by frame, like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, things like that.
Yeah.
I saw like the Hajmota, the turtle, big turtle boss, goes underground, hits me. At the same time, just as that is happening, the boss sends roots to me, the ones that immobilizes you and deals you damage.
Yep.
At the same time, the spider is throwing poison on me, the cliff racer is charging to me, and the netch drops a poison on me. This happens within a 4-second frame. After I saw that, I was like, how am I supposed to tank this? So I went back to the drawing board, and I spent some nice amount of gold, got myself the Plague Doctor, proper pieces, better pieces for Ebon Armory with better, better traits, because I ran out of transmute crystals. Mighty Chudan helmet and shoulders, because I had deconstructed it by mistake. Yeah. So all the good sets. So now I can go up to 50k health with a lot of resistances. So I'm going to give it a shot with that, like full cap resistance, 50k health, all the damage shields and things like that. And I'll see what happens this Sunday. Hopefully, like I dissected the fight frame by frame. So I know what to do. I'm very confident that we will clear Veteran Black Rose Prison without a healer, 3 DPS, 1 tank, this Sunday. As long as everybody has the endurance. Because it's going to take time. Even if we get through the second fight, there will be worse things. But as long as everybody has the endurance to continue trying, I believe we will do it this Sunday. So, other than that...
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
No, go. If you got more. I don't have near as much as you do.
I mean, these are actually not long stuff, but for some reason I'm talkative today. I think that's because I'm sleep deprived, and yeah.
That's sort of the opposite of me. I'm very tired as well, and I'm sitting here going, I just want to go to bed.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. When I'm sleep deprived, it's like I become not energetic, but weirdly chatty, I believe. I start rapid firing things. And this is not even its final form. Like there's also add another 12 hours to this. Then put me on the show.
I've already been asleep.
And you don't have to talk. I will keep it going for 5 hours without knowing anything that I said, with zero memory of it as well. But I mean, as long as someone is there to check and control the subject, because otherwise I will end up talking about a cat on a tree. I don't know. As long as someone directs the subject, yeah, it happens. What was I gonna say? Oh, right, yeah. I forgot to put this on the notes, and I actually didn't show it, send it to you. But if you follow me on Twitter, you may have seen this. So Ophelia went ahead and, as a jest and a gift, got our characters, the main, so the main group of us, drawn to an artist. So commissioned artwork for our characters. And it's absolutely amazing. I shared this on Twitter, but I know most of you don't follow me there.
I saw it. So
I'm actually gonna say, can you put this up on the stream if I send it to you over Discord?
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, sure. Hold on.
Yeah, we do that.
Oh, the file is too big because it's. Hold on. Let me quickly resize this. Seriously, how big is this file?
Is there a direct link? Do you have like a web link to
30 megabytes.
Oh, that's it's probably.
Yeah, I'm just gonna resize to
all right,
like half the size real quick.
All good. You can do that a while. Meanwhile, I'll talk about my Tales. Isn't that much. Like one of the big things that people actually probably just saw this on stream. You know how many times I've been running stupid Dire Frost trying to get my last piece of Hulking Draugr. It actually dropped tonight. I'm so excited because now it finally dropped. Oh, there we go. Let me go ahead and grab this. Yep. Open link. Save.
No, I lost our Twitch chat.
No, Twitch chat.
I'm all over the place. I have 2 minute tabs open. There we go.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, let's just add an image. Add source.
You can do this. I should have sent this to you before the show.
That's
I had
okay.
it in my mind, but then I forgot.
There it is. It's up there. People can
so
now see it. It's in the stream.
That is
center that.
Jürgen Kindson. There you go.
There we go.
They actually did, like the artist actually did. Like, look at that. That is absolutely amazing job. Even to the scar on the left cheek. It's like, I'm in love with this, basically.
That's really cool, actually. They did a fantastic job with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I gotta tell
amazing.
you, man, having your character drawn is an amazing feeling. Like, if you ever find an artist that you like the style of, I recommend doing it. It's really a great feeling. It like gives life to your character. I mean, you know the background, you know everything, you know the in-game look, but once it's drawn in the style of that particular artist, it's like, yeah, this is my character. So, yeah, that is the end of my tales.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've really just been doing a lot of the dailies, like tons of the dailies lately, because especially with Clockwork City now being out, it's double rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been doing that like crazy, trying to get all my stuff out. I was messing
There goes half the news.
Well, we can still talk about that because I'm not going to go too long. I can't even find. I am so tired. I can barely find where I'm going at this point. where was I even? I have no idea what I was even
just
talking about.
butchered his tales. You were talking about the dailies because there are double drops
Yeah, I was doing double drops
from Clockwork City.
I did some Murkmire. That's what I was doing. Before the launch of Clockwork City, I was doing Murkmire, and I actually finished a good bit within the main city. And the one thing that I really wanted to talk about within Lilmoth, and I started making my way out. I'm not very far as I'm looking around. I think I've only advanced the main quest a little bit. I'm talking to Zulkas again. The one thing I noted, and I thought it was kind of neat because we were talking about Argonians, is we got to finally learn a little bit more about the Zangmirs, the giant pyramid-looking things, the stone pyramids. And
it's the one I dropped into a toilet in. Like the goo water in.
Yeah, one of those. But it's fascinating when you find out about them because all the Argonians believe that they as a society have advanced past that point because the time of the stone nest, as they called it, was when they built the Zangmars as a way of essentially stopping time, which is like, yeah, that would the entire Argonian culture is all about change, right? Moving forward, life and death cycle and everything like that. That's why they're some of the most devout followers of Sithis. Well, it turns out at that point in time, the people who built the Zangmars were essentially thought to be trying to preserve things past their life expectancy because the stone statues would remain, and it stopped stopped their idea of change. So they actually believe that going back into the mud huts is them advancing as a society, and that the Zangmars are the time of the stone nest was actually a time that they looked down upon in their culture as like a time they lost their way as a people. I don't know.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of fascinating. We're finally seeing some more of that. But yeah, I have some more stuff, but I'll save it because I don't want to feel like I'm rushing through it, and I will definitely feel like I'm rushing through it because I'm very tired. So I don't want to miss any of the points because I really want to talk about that Argonian lore some more. So let's go ahead and
I haven't progressed much into Murkmire myself either, so this will give me time to hopefully do that before we talk about Argonian lore. Maybe I'll learn a little bit more of it as well.
You should,
or at least get some jokes about Argonians because that's always fun.
Well, in that you definitely should. And I see that Ish is talking about Clockwork City. It is insane right now in Clockwork City.
Yeah. See, this is why I don't. I like these events. I should word this properly. But they are not going well with the respawn and like damage contribution, whatever rewarding system of Elder Scrolls Online. Because whenever there is an event like this, every boss is dead. And or they die instantly before you can even touch them, and you don't get rewarded.
Right.
It's like every event, most of my time is spent waiting for something to respawn. And I don't like spending idle time.
I agree with that. I don't know why they don't make the bosses spawn faster, because they already instituted that whole, if you kill the boss within so many minutes, you don't get loot anyway. So why wouldn't you spawn them faster so they're just up? And then, people who've not finished the quest pop in, do their kill, yay, done. And then they can move on, because what's the point of spending more time there? Because if you kill it again, you may get a few gold coins, and that's about it.
Yeah, this is why I don't do delves and public dungeons either. I stopped doing public dungeons about 2 years ago. Because you go into a public dungeon, if by any chance you ended up having a group right before you, clearing every boss right before you, you end up waiting 5 minutes for every boss, or 5 to 10 minutes for every boss, even if you can solo it. So you end up having this massive idle time just waiting for bosses to respawn, or you miss the bosses because they are not respawned and there is no actual indicator towards where the bosses are. You go ahead and it's like you get to the end of the dungeon and it's like, why did I get the achievement? Because I missed stuff. Why did I miss stuff? Because everything was dead and I didn't know what is where. So I really think this is something ZAS should improve on. Like, make either decrease the respawn rate times or tie every boss to, I don't know, a trigger that respawns the boss when you kill things there or something. I don't know. Just don't make me wait for bosses to respawn.
Isha made a good point. I think you're missing a valuable time to do naked Redguard dancing.
I mean, yeah, but there's a limit to the naked Redguard dancing.
There's no
as well.
limit to naked Redguard dancing. How dare you, sir?
No, there is. Okay, when you have, like, only, let's say, when you have only 1 hour of playtime, you don't want to spend half of it waiting for a boss to respawn, even if it means doing naked Redguard dancing. The idle time in this game is actually insane. If you think about it, if you are doing content, the idle time in this game is great. In PvP, you wait in queues. See, in Battlegrounds, the queue times. In Cyrodiil, running from place to place or just waiting for a Zerg to hit your castle because you are defending. Or, I don't know, if you are running dungeons, again, the queue times can be very, very big. I mean, I'm a tank, so I don't get affected as much from that. If you are trying to do delves, you are waiting for bosses to respawn. If you are trying to do public dungeons, you are trying to figure out where the bosses actually are and wait for them to respawn. So overall, even when you are doing trading, there is idle time because you have to port to a different zone, which puts you in a long loading screen, almost always, to actually get your mails so that you can actually do your trading. So if you think about it, with all these combined, we do spend a lot of idle time in Elder Scrolls Online.
This is clearly coming from somebody this is their first MMO because
yeah.
Let me tell you a story of time long ago where mobs would have 8, 10, 15-hour spawn times, and those were the quick ones. Yeah, certain boss mobs would only spawn once every couple hours. Some of the rarer ones would only spawn once every couple weeks. Well, yeah, there weren't really instances. Most MMOs didn't have instances back in the day.
See, I am okay with that because you know what that does? An actual open world boss that spawns rarely or maybe even randomly. That generates an excitement, an engagement of community, because then people would be like, oh yeah, the whatever thing has spawned here, let's go. You know, you go there, you rush there. Or you wait. If the spawn place is like fixed, then you wait, you camp it like, okay, it's gonna spawn in 1533 at this point.
Well, you didn't even know that because it was oftentimes a range. It would be like it has to be down for so many hours, but once it's down, it could pop up anytime after that. But you didn't actually know.
See, that's even better for me because that's an excitement. I don't have to do it all the time, but like
no, you're
playing
right.
the game and someone goes like, "Oh yeah, the boss spawned here. Let's go." I mean, just gather up, just rush there before it's dead. Things like that. But in ESO's case, it's like you know the boss is there. You know the boss is gonna spawn in 5 to 10 minutes max. But you do it every single dungeon you're in. Delve and public. Or the queue times. I mean, Battleground, there is no way people are not playing Battlegrounds at any given time. In a whole mega server, there has to be 11 more people that are playing Battlegrounds, even if it's the best event in the world. But you can queue for 10 minutes sometimes. It doesn't work. Like, things like this is what I'm talking about. But yeah, the ESO is my first MMO, and I don't even like MMOs because of the reasons that I'm talking about. For whatever reason, I cannot stop playing ESO.
Fair enough. All right, let's go ahead and move on into the news. So, Ark, to the news desk. You
Right,
get
so,
talk some more.
As Ag spoiled half of it, there is the Clockwork City event going on. This is the second event in the list of 4 events that they announced this year. Witches Festival was the first one, and Clockwork City is the second one. Now, Clockwork City event will run until November 26. And during this event, you get double rewards from crafting nodes, double reward boxes, actually, from completing daily quests. So instead of giving you 1 reward box, it gives you 2. Double drops from the bosses. This includes trials, quests, world bosses, and Dell bosses. So if you are looking for a set from Asylum Sanctorium trial, this is the time to do it. And for the first daily you do every day, you get 2 Indrik event tickets. And you can use these event tickets. If you don't know, what you can buy for 10 event tickets, you can buy 1 Indrik feather. And when you have 4 Indrik feathers, you can actually have that the deers, the magic deers from Somerset Isles as a mount. Indriks, yes. Now, with the plunder, you can buy the previous events as well. So from this event, you can actually get enough tickets to buy 2 feathers. So even if you haven't done Witches Festival, if you do Clockwork City every single day, because Clockwork City event gives you 2 tickets, unlike Witches Festival where it was giving 1 ticket, you can actually catch up and make up for the missed Witches Festival part. So go ahead, start doing your dailies. Double rewards will drop you a lot of motifs and things like that as well that you can sell. Because this was a question on Discord that I could not immediately respond, and the question was gone. So I don't know. I'm sorry. It was a question about how to make money and how people have average of 500k in Elder Scrolls Online. First, do your writs. Writs are important. Crafting writs. I'm not talking about the master writs, but the crafting writs. You can sell your gold items. That's one way. That's the main way I make money. And farming for motifs, which is dailies mostly. Do your dailies, like Somerset dailies, Clockwork dailies. There's a high chance that you will get a motif every day, which you can sell from 10k up to a lot.
Yeah.
Very, very lot. So those are 2 things that you can make money with. Do your writs, do the events, things like that. The second news is there is an ongoing ESO Plus Trial event. What this means is between November 15, which is 2 days ago, until Wednesday, this week Wednesday, November 21, you can try and benefit from ESO Plus membership bonuses for free without doing anything. This includes getting access to DLC packs, zones, quests, dungeons, things like that. So you can just go and complete the dungeons, get the achievements, and be done with it. It will give you a crafting bag, which will transfer every crafting item you have, every single material, into an infinite bag called crafting bag. And once this trial is over, you will still have access to your crafting bag and all the items there. You just can't put anything else in there. This will also double your bank space, which is the same. You can fill it up to the rim, double bank space, and you will still be able to retrieve items from your bank. It will just show like 200 items out of 100 slots, so you won't be able to put anything else in there until you empty it out again. So this is a good chance to basically do some inventory management.
Mm-hmm.
I know Galaxner does it every year when there's an ESO, because he doesn't play too much to justify ESO Plus. He does, like, whenever there's a trial, he goes in, manages it, like reorganizes inventory, things like that, and continues with that, fresh inventory thing. Yeah, so all the benefits of ESO Plus is there for you. Also, we talked about this extra new loyalty rewards for people who are already ESO Plus members. The first two of it is out there. First is a free Molag Bal miniature statue. So this is the exact size of the Imperial Edition collectible Molag Bal figure. I think it's the exact size. It looks pretty much the same. So you get that for free. Also, drawing a blank. Oh yeah, you can buy an exclusive mount, the ebony dwarven spider.
Yep.
For 3,600 crowns. And these are limited to until, let me launch my crown store. Actually, 2 days left.
Yeah, I think it's
at this. Yeah,
it's almost over, I think.
Yeah, it says 2 days left. So
yeah.
For the Molag Bal statue, it's actually 19 days left to get it for free. The Ebon Steel Dwarven Spider is just 2 days left, which I don't really care about. Free stuff is always the best stuff. So, but yeah, that's pretty much our news.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. I think that's going to be pretty much the end of the show as well, because I think that's everything we got. Yeah, I think so. Do you know of anything else that we're
Lotus
missing?
Extra Life. This morning.
Was it this morning?
6 a.m.
Or is it going to be this morning? It's tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I mean, 6 a.m. Saturday. It will be yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
okay. So if you are watching this live, now if you're listening to the podcast, it doesn't mean you can't go donate, but definitely if you're interested, Lotus of Doom is doing his Extra Life stream. So I definitely encourage you to check that out. But that's twitch.tv/LotusOD.
Yep. 6 a.m. Saturday, November 17th.
Right.
So if you're watching this live, definitely, I encourage you. It's always a blast. I'll be there in the chat for as long as I can myself. So, yeah, come say hi.
There you go. All right, Ark. Well, let's go ahead and end the show before we both fall asleep. And let's go ahead and let people know where they can find you.
Before that, we should actually do that. Do an Endurance Tales show with four co-hosts, all of us there, like Promethean, Lotus, you and me. And we continue until everyone's asleep. Maybe a charity stream or something like that.
We could do that.
And we make fun of the first ones that go down. Lotus will probably win this, considering he's a seasoned Extra Life marathon runner for 24-hour streams. But this could be fun.
I most definitely will be probably one of the very first ones going down. I'm not even gonna pretend that's not gonna be a thing.
We should think on this idea.
I like the idea.
24-hour podcast.
It seems like a good idea to me. I mean, especially if people want to just laugh at me. But that's the point where the stream will probably end because I'll probably be the one running it. Oh, well, maybe.
Just because you're asleep doesn't mean you have to shut your PC down.
No, but what happens if I fall and it just turns the PC off?
Well, I'll just pick up
Oh, you just restart.
I'll just go live myself. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You just rotate it like that. Okay. You can find me anywhere that is Arkhaniir. ARKHANIIR. I'm on Twitter, twitter.com/Arkhaniir or @Arkhaniir. I'm on Twitch, streaming regularly, up to 4 days a week now, which is taking a lot of time, but I like doing it. Twitch.tv/Arkhaniir. And you can, if you want to send me a long message and you don't have Twitter, you can use arkhaniir@gmail.com. I also have a Discord, which I can get to you if you want. or you can just go to my Twitch channel, scroll down a little bit, you will see a banner called Discord. If you click on it, it will send you an invite. And that's about it.
There you go. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Aggelos, AGGELOS_DCN. And of course, you can follow everything we do over at dungeoncrawlernetwork.com. There you can find links to all of our social media, including Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can also help support the show by checking out our Patreon program at patreon.com/dungeoncrawlernetwork. You can also leave us a 5-star review on iTunes so people know that we are a real podcast, that we say real words, and sometimes they matter. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on this episode of Tales of Tamriel, and we will see you next time. See you later, everybody.
When Akatosh slew Lorcan, he ripped his heart right out. He hurled it across Tamriel, and the heart was heard to shout, red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. The laughing heart sprayed blood afar, a gout on Seer it fell, and like a dart shot to its mark down in an alien well. Magicka fused the Lorcan blood to crystal red and strong. Then wild elves cut and polished it down to Chimel at a ball. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. When elves lost Nirn to men, Akatosh gave the stone to Saint Alesh in token of her right to sit the throne. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. Red diamond, protect us till the end.